Now, we had mentioned in the last episode that the death of the other sister's husband.
Yes.
Now, does that take place in a different book, or was it in the same book?
I was devastated.
That was sad.
I was devastated.
They made me really like that character.
Well, I'm glad they did that because John is alive for a page and a half in Francesca's book because we meet him the day he dies. I mean, I'd say spoiler alert, but it's page 1.5 where it happens, basically. It's a couple of years into their marriage, but the start of her romance is actually the start of her grieving process because we never get to see her relationship with John. So I'm really glad that the show gave us, like, he had a character, they had their personality traits, even though it still had its own hiccups. He was a wonderful, loving character, and yes, I mourned him so much. I had to stop between those two episodes, too. I was like, cry my eyes out, voice note my friend, light a candle, and then just, like, go about before I could settle back in for the next episode.
I was like, but I liked him. Why did you do that?
I mean, so did Francesca. She liked him enough to marry him.
Yep.
I didn't like him that much, but
he was already taken. You didn't have
his cousin, the way he was like Francesca thought that she took too much of the time and everything. She was getting pissed off. She's like, excuse me, this is my husband here. Do you mind?
Yeah, I've got thoughts about that because in the book they're pals right away, and in the book, his name is Michael. You know, they gender swapped the character for the show. But Michael's beef is that he immediately fell in love with Francesca the moment he met her, which inconveniently was half an hour before the wedding. As the book states, those are the book's words, not mine. And they had a friendship. He just dealt with it privately. He was just secretly always yearning and, like, squashing it down. But he put his best foot forward. They had a lot of loving banter, and actually transforming that relationship from the familiar, we're kind of family-in-law, to actually we can have more, was Michael's challenge when Francesca decided to come out of mourning. While she was in mourning, he wasn't going to do diddly squat. When she came out of mourning, and the only reason she did is because she wants a family and to have children, she has to get remarried.
Well, that ain't gonna happen now.
Well, that is the curious thing. So I bring it up because this contention between Michaela and Francesca is TV show only. And I have my own thoughts on it, my own perspectives on it, especially having watched plenty of, like, queer LGBTQ relationships happen on television, but really only from an observational place. And one thing that gets joked about a lot in lesbian communities is, like, you meet each other, you fall in love in half an hour, and then in that same week you're moving in. And so I'm wondering if that is kind of why Michaela is bantering the way she is and then dipping the way she is as well. And Francesca's own reluctance to be in the same room with her is partially because she's so loud and obtrusive, but also partially because she's uncomfortable with, like, these bubbling feelings that she doesn't know how to address, especially in that timeline.
Well, I mean, she did an Irish goodbye. She just up and left. Didn't say goodbye, nothing.
Nope.
So
She sure did. After saying, baby, I'm not going anywhere.
and, wake up the next morning. It's
Someone
like,
went somewhere.
Yep.
she gone.